Magnesium chelates. What are chelates? What are magnesium chelates? Citrate, malate, glycinate, amino acids. What is the difference of all of them? Our last magnesium video got quite a few questions, so we wanted to kind of address some of them and talk about chelates and magnesium chelates. And well, first off, what is a chelate?
Well, chelation is a term which means technically to bind to put together.
Okay.
And so what we do with minerals specifically is that we bind them to an acid. That acid can be one of a half a dozen different ones. And in general, the acid that we use, they all pretty much do the same thing. However, in some instances, as in the instance with magnesium, different chelates provide different rates of absorption and bioavailability depending upon the reason why you're taking them. Now, it's important to chelate minerals, especially major minerals, because most minerals in nature, in major minerals, calcium, magnesium, etc., are alkaline in nature.
Okay.
And the human body absorbs minerals in an acidic environment. And so by chelating them, we are not relying on the body's ability to acidify, which declines with age, by the way. And so by chelating them, when you swallow them already in supplement form, they're already acidic in nature. And that increases the absorption potential significantly.
So for a visual person, is a chelate, so a chelate is a citrate, it's malate or glycinate or an amino acid?
Now, those are examples of chelates, correct.
So for a visual person, is it a powder or a liquid?
No, it's a powder.
It's a powder.
Yeah, well, it can be either one, but mostly in supplements, it's powdered form.
So you add the chelate powder to the magnesium and you put them together in the same pill?
Well, yeah, but you have to bind them in a laboratory.
Oh, okay.
And then you put them in the pill, because it's not just having an acid next to a mineral in a capsule, for example. They have to be bound together bioelectrically.
Got it. And so what is the difference between acid and alkaline? Because you just brought that up, and I didn't even really realize how important that was to this discussion. I think a lot of people out there even are drinking those alkaline waters these days.
Yeah.
So what is the difference between acid and alkaline?
Well, the pH scale runs from 0 to 14, 7 being neutral.
Okay.
Anything above 7 is alkaline. Anything below 7 on the pH scale is acidic.
Acidic.
And as a general rule, there are some rare exceptions, but as a general rule, just remember that the body absorbs nutrients in an acid environment. The body detoxifies toxins in an alkaline environment. So acids for absorption, alkaline for detox.
Okay.
So when we're taking a supplement that has major minerals, you always want to look for not only the fact that it's chelated, but which chelates are being used. And they usually say so right on the label. Not always, but usually most companies do so.
And so what is the specific uses for different magnesium chelates?
Well, the two major ones, or the two major types, would be the citrate group and the glycinate group. So the citrate group would be citrate, malate.
Yeah, so you go to the store and you see that it says magnesium citrate.
Yeah.
And that would be for what purpose?
That would be primarily for elemental absorption.
Okay.
So you would want to take magnesium citrate during the day,
Okay.
preferably with a meal. Glycinate is a chelate that activates the sedentary, calming, relaxing effects of magnesium. So you would want to take that an hour or two before bed.
So glycinate is a chelate that's kind of ready for the alkaline environment.
Well, it's an acidic chelate. They all are.
But aren't you, whenever you're sleeping, aren't you alkaline?
Yes, but you still want to have
The absorption.
You still want to have the absorption.
Got it. And so our magnesium, with all this you see on the news and stuff like that, you see the people talking about the different uses for magnesium citrate and the different uses for magnesium glycinate. Are magnesium supplements necessary altogether?
Well, that's the age-old question. And that goes back to, can we get our nutrients that we need from food? And that's a debatable issue. But for the most part, it's not easy. Even if you eat well. I mean, according to the National Institutes of Health, 50% of us are at least 50% deficient in the essential nutrients for optimal wellness.
Yeah.
And so are supplements necessary? In my opinion, they're absolutely the only way to save your life these days, because the food has been so degraded from the time it's planted in the ground till the time it's harvested prematurely to where it's over-processed, put in cold storage. All of this depletes nutrients. Now, we don't worry so much about depletion of major minerals because they're fairly stable. It's the vitamins we worry about. But in the case of magnesium, are we eating magnesium-rich foods? And are we eating them enough? Magnesium is in fruits and vegetables, and to some extent, grains. But almost every grain product, like breads, are all refined white flour. So they've taken virtually all the nutrients out and left nothing but starch. And so
in your opinion, supplements are necessary?
Are absolutely essential for optimal wellness.
Yeah.
Not necessarily for survival, but hopefully most of us want to live better and
not just
thrive, not just survive.
Yeah. So for the end of it, let's just take a short example of each one. Magnesium citrate is for what purposes and when should it be taken?
Citrate or citrate malate, either one, should be used during the day.
During the day with a meal.
And with a meal, because you always should take, with few exceptions, all your supplements with meals, because the meal prepares the stomach for absorption and digestion, and you might as well send your supplements right along with it at the point where you are experiencing higher levels of absorption and digestion.
Yeah.
And it's designed to increase the elemental bioavailability of the mineral magnesium. Then you would take your glycinate.
Well, no, the citrate is for magnesium glycinate is for the sedative part to help you sleep.
Correct.
And to help manage cortisol.
Correct.
Then what is magnesium citrate? What does it do?
It's providing magnesium on an elemental level for all the other biological functions. See, magnesium has a lot of functions in the body just besides being a sedative. It is essential for calcium absorption.
Okay.
Okay.
So magnesium citrate is
providing the elemental factors to increase the availability of the mineral internally.
Got it. Okay. Well, that really cleared up a lot. I think we actually have to do another video now.